We are live 364 days a year. What are we doing here?
If Dom turns at SummerSlam, I'm shaving my moustache off. I told you, if that happens, it's going. My lip is cold because of a stupid bet that I made with YouTube.
Oh, good.
Wrestle's better than Daniel Bryan Daniels. Better than Okada.
How do you not get sushi after Monday Night Raw?
Good evening, everyone. Tuesday night is for the boys, and this is your boy, Aunt You, and welcome to Wrestling Republic's Off the Air for tonight, Tuesday, January 27th, 2026. And do I have a great panel with me tonight? Starting off, let's go to California to my man, Clark. How are you doing today, Clark?
Doing excellent, my friend. I'm fired up. Happy Tuesday, everyone. What a fun episode of NXT. Fun adjacent, at least. Always fun to watch. Like you said, Tuesdays for the boys. We've got the wickedest crew in the game. I'm just fired up to see you out here on the ones and twos. And who ain't you all day, my friend? Let's get it going.
So great. I'm so happy to hear you say that, man. And what would Tuesday night be without the man from Louisville? You all know him. You all love him. Let me introduce him right now.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening. It's the guy you should believe it. You guys just missed the cutest run-in of all time. But it is I, the wrestler plug, Dryzzy. You don't know what to watch? I got you. It's in the bag. We got it for cheap, and we selling it half off on Tuesdays.
I love that, my guy. Now, let's get this going. This NXT was so good tonight. As you guys see, I'm all shaved and everything, and I got some new peepers. So I was able to watch this episode with the fullest vision that I could have. Throwback to last night. But, man, tonight kicked off with, not what it kicked off with, but it ended with a promo for the ladder match for the new NXT championship, for the new NXT champion. And the amount of people that are going to be in this match is such a young group. You got Keanu Carver, Shiloh Hill, Dion Lennox, Sean Legacy, Jackson Drake, Ricky Saints, and a returning Joe Hendry. So, Clark, I want to get your prediction on who you think is going to win this match. And what's going to happen?
No doubt, man. This one's wild. Look, you don't see debuts like Keanu Carver that often. And what we saw with just to call it a squash would be polite when it comes to what Keanu Carver did. Poor Andre Chase. That was nothing short of a beat down. This is one of those situations where you've got a really, really, really interesting, eclectic mix of people involved in this. I would have assumed headed to this show that we'd probably get Tony D'Angelo. We're going to cover sort of his role in tonight's NXT a little bit later, I think. But if I'm picking anybody based on what I've seen, I don't know who can stop Keanu Carver. Now, of course, Ricky Saints has to insert his smarmy little nose into this. And I'm sure everybody wanted me to torch him. I'm going to save that for later because I swear to you, man, it's just getting weirder and weirder with this guy. He's posing on top of ladders. Why is he the one carrying the ladder? It just makes him look even shorter. And the guy's out here like dressed like he's going on a Las Vegas trip for a bachelor party. We'll figure that out on the back end of this convo. But I've had enough Ricky Saints. Mute curse.
I love what you said there, Clark. And yes, Keanu Carver came out, and that guy looked Impressive. And yeah, man, I mean, I got my name from Mr. Chase, like as an homage to the U. So it hurt to watch what he did to him. But Driz, I got to get your opinion on what you thought of all the craziness that ensued there.
First off, RIP to Andre Chase. You know we love some Andre Chase here on Off the Air. Keanu Carver is interested. I love that he brings a newfound anger and danger to a division that has been lacking a lot lately. Actually, been lacking a lot for the last couple of years. I feel like we still have not recovered from the year that Ilya and Carmelo Hayes and everybody left, and it's just they're reeling. This match in general is full of youth, and I love it and hate it at the exact same time. Because yes, we do need the bodies in the main event scene, but I'm not sure I'm ready to see a Shiloh Hill with the belt. I'm not ready to see a Sean Legacy with the belt. I'm definitely not ready to see a Jackson Drake hold 2 titles. So I can't exactly say that I want to see Keanu or any of those other guys with the belt. Who I can see with the belt, though, you know him, you love him, and no, it is not Joe Hendry. It is the Ricky Starks. All right, I mean Ricky Saints. Yeah, when you look at this match on paper, you are literally looking at your future, probably your scene for the North American scene, and Ricky Saints. This match is built exactly for him to flourish, and they put Joe Hendry in it just to give some type of competition, because realistically, that would be your only real competition. Keanu Carver is too much of a wild card. He's gonna take himself out of it because he's just angry. He's going to take everybody out, and it's gonna get to a point where he's gonna. You ever seen where they hurt themselves trying to take out everybody else? He's going to do something that's going to be detrimental to himself as well. Shiloh Hill is unpredictable as well, but he's just happy to be at the dance. Dion Lennox has a lot of other things going on, and it's very soon. It wouldn't be surprising to see OTM come out and cost him the match. Sean Legacy and Jackson Drake have their own issues that they've been fighting for the last year, so they're going to cancel each other out. And Joe Hendry, who we saw earlier, was hurt. So it only leaves Ricky Saints.
I hear what you're saying. I also heard what Ava said. Ava looked at Tony D'Angelo and Ava said, "Don't ruin my match." And I think Tony D'Angelo is going to have something to say.
I'm a little curious.
I don't want to say it's foreshadowing, but it sounded a lot like foreshadowing to me. And I think the only person that's in that might have a chance of winning is Clarence, because Clarence has both parents. One might be government worker, the other one is a substitute school teacher. Lives in an upscale neighborhood. And it's Dion Lennox, right? Once again, I don't know why he's in Dark State. He's not dark, but he's been around long enough. And he's got,
actually, in hindsight, about 75% of the group is not dark at all.
only Saquon Sugars. But yeah, man, Dion Lennox, he's been around long enough. I feel like he's got a decent character with this. He's not scary. Nobody in the Dark State is really scary, but I feel like Dion Lennox has a great chance of winning with some Dark State interference. And with them, as we're going to talk about in this next segment, what a great segue, with Dark State retaining the tag team championships against OTM.
Want to run through some comments too really quick? We got a lot here.
Yeah, let's run through some comments real quick.
Let's do that, because we've got some good ones. First and foremost, we've got just absolutely friend of the show here, say his name and he appears. I believe in Dryzzy from the Atomic Merp, as well as all caps. How about that, Kobe? And you hosting. Let's go. No doubt. We got DCX Warlord who believes in Dryzzy as well as Bobby Batito. We got sup everybody here. From is that Mario Clayton? Sorry. Honestly, the new layout here makes it so hard to read the names.
Yeah.
It's Mario Clayton. Look, I'm wearing contact lenses. I could have probably gone with glasses as well. That would have fit the aesthetic of the show, but
Mario Clayton 955.
Yeah, we've got all kinds of good we've got R.I.P. Chase U from Ian McWilliams. We've got I'm picking Keanu Carver in the ladder match from Bobby Batito. We've got Can we just appreciate the fact that Andre Chase main evented NXT? Yes, we can, DCX Warlord.
The sacrifice.
Yes, we can.
We witnessed the sacrifice of Andre Chase. That's what it was.
Oh, we've got my mom in the comments.
Chase.
Love you, mama. DCX Warlord monster shout out. Yes, she is. Absolutely. I don't know what that means on that last comment. We're gonna, you know what? That's the end of the comment segment. And
let's go
right back to you in the studio.
Yeah, man. But like I said, that's a great segue. So we had Dark State take on OTM for the for the NXT Tag Team Championships, and in a good match, man. Like the match was a whole lot better than I thought it was going to be. Once again, like I said, we had Dark State retain. There was some craziness going on. Bunch of tag teams got involved at a brawl at the end. But Driz, man, what you think of this one?
I knew going into this that OTM was not going to be taken seriously for these tag titles. I don't know what it is or what is going on with the tag team division. Dark State has absolutely nobody to defend against. Like, this division is absolutely depleted. There's nothing there. And the ones that are there, they just don't look. You honestly feel how green they are, with the exception of Hank and Tank. And then we also go with the whole fact that we're not the biggest fans of Dark State right now. And it looks like they're going to be trying to make them into a face team. I have no idea how that is going to work out. They're not doing the best as a team at this moment. I am like the captain of the break up Dark State and let them be singles competitors fan club right now. But it's this. There's maybe 2 matches they can do in this tag division. After that, there's nothing else left. It's kind of the same problem that we had with the men's division, except now the men's division does have some people to go, but the tag team have nothing now. They just have Swipe Right, Hank and Tank. OTM comes around every couple of months, and it's such a start and stop with them. If they would just commit to them, I'd probably feel a little bit better about it. But it was a great showing for what it was.
Yeah, I hear that, brother. All right, Clark, how'd you feel about it, man? I thought it was good.
Look, I think it's interesting. With Dark State, I'm not sure that we've exhausted what it could be. It's impossible not to compare them to Retribution. And that's an impossible thing to shake. I thought this was a fine tag team match for what it was. And it is what it is at the end of the day when it comes to that, where it's like, okay. And I think tag team wrestling is so important to professional wrestling as a whole. At the end of the day, it's the most overlooked aspect of it. And the brilliance of great tag team wrestling is there's even more rules in place to break for good heels. It's the most underutilized aspect of all of wrestling. I just wish we got a bit more, because I think also OTM are immensely talented. Truthfully, I really think they are. And I just a bit more would have been awesome. Like I would have adored just like, and it's not their fault. It's not like this was built to be the biggest thing. And then you add in the culling. You add the culling to the equation and everything about that. It's like, I don't know. Is Sean Spears just trying to coach up the whole tag division now so that he can win the title? I don't know.
I got breaking news. I just learned what the guy with the Mohawk's name is in the culling. It's Nico Vance. It's here in the notes. I have been trying to figure this stuff out for weeks now. What is his name? Like, oh my God, that has been driving me nuts for weeks. I've known everybody in the culling, even past members, but I never knew what his name was.
Nah, I love it, man. And that, like, I think the theme of NXT tonight was just chaos, because there was chaos everywhere. And I like that. And adding in the tag team division and having brawls. The culling laying out Dark State, I don't get it. I mean, I guess hopefully they build to something, but I'm not sure. But moving on, man. Moving on. We had NXT's darling, the returning darling Jada Parker, taken on. And you know, the monikers that Nikita Lyons gave herself tonight, you know, Nikita Multimedia?
Got him.
Fine feline? I loved it. So I'm going to head straight to you on this one, Clark. I want to hear your breakdown. I want to hear what you thought of the match. And I mean, Nikita not running around with the Stone Cold Steve Austin knee braces anymore and looking a little bit lighter. She was moving around the ring good.
So obviously this is a dream match for anybody with a pulse. There's pretty much no debate about that. When it comes down to it, man, both are so talented. I love Nikita has overcome multiple injuries, multiple just difficult scenarios when it comes to like torn ACLs are not fun. There's no other way to explain that. Jada Parker is so darn good too. You can't even make it up. And we talk about, it's funny to me that when you toss this to me, we mentioned Nikita Lyons on the microphone. Jada Parker's so dang good on the mic. They're not going to let her go one-on-one with Blake Monroe, because that would actually break Blake Monroe. That's what Jada Parker is capable of on a microphone. That's why it's not happening. I thought the match was awesome. I think these two are the reason that the women's division in NXT is the highlight of the show to this day. And we've had all these main roster call-ups and been critical of it for weeks here on Tuesday nights. Nikita and Jada, are you kidding me? We haven't had Nikita and Jada in a situation where they're wrestling a really, really relevant match in quite some time. We got that this Tuesday. It's arguably the best thing about the show.
Yeah, I loved it. Now, I mean, Drez, I want to go straight to you, and I want to ask this question to you, Drez. Like, with Nikita Lyons taking the loss, but with her looking, you know, good in the match the way she did, do you think taking the loss in this match hurt her, or just her being back on NXT TV, taking on Jada Parker, putting Jada Parker over, is going to help her out further along? What's your thoughts on that?
I actually think it does more than what we actually think. What we have actually seen, it does so much more for her, because, like Clark said, she has had that same kind of road that Soruka had a couple of years ago, where it's knee injury after knee injury, and she had to fight her way back. She's back in the ring. She's looking so much better. She's lost weight. She is actually, you can actually see where she caught up to where she was before the injuries. And I do know she has had eyes on her. She's been on Main Event a couple of times now. So she's doing something right. And she's always, you know what? It's a funny name. Nikita Multimedia. Yes, it is hilarious, but it is hard to scroll on TikTok or Instagram or anything and not see her if you're a wrestling fan. She pops up. She's doing something right, and I think she's maybe closer to the main roster than we really think. And as far as Jada Parker goes, last week she proved that she can connect with the fans. No, it's not like how Blake Monroe can cut a classic wrestling promo. It's different. It's genuine. It just touches the soul. It's food for your soul. It's like greens, fried chicken, and macaroni on a Sunday. It just feels good. And Jada has that. Now I think Jada's gonna stay in NXT for a little bit, but these two are right now what the women's division is built on. It's all about genuine. It's about relating. It's all about sitting there touching each other. And the women's division, that's the reason why the women's division is so good, because every woman in it from top to bottom has the ability to go, and they have the ability to cut these promos that can just touch and relate to somebody.
Yeah. And you know, Jada is going to be over. Like, we saw that as soon as she came out 2 weeks ago against Blake Monroe.
Mhm.
I think the thing that really impressed me tonight was Nikita's speed, because we have not seen that in a really long time from her. That spinning back kick, the Chuck Norris kick she
It
threw.
looks so much better now. It looks so much better now.
I mean, honestly, she's always been one of those athletes where her agility doesn't necessarily fit her frame, right? And yeah, I understand that she's in better shape. I honestly just think it's not just that she's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's the difference.
Like,
she's not working on an injured knee. Right?
Like, but you hit the nail on the head when you sat there and just. So an ACL puts you out for a year, but in actuality, it puts you out for like 2 years, because you got to get a year to get better, and then you got to get a year to get back to where you were before you got hurt.
Yep.
Right.
And she had 2 messed up knees.
Yep. Yeah, and to be able to that's what's so cool about it, is you can just tell that she's good, because there's never been a question about her athleticism or her talent or any of that.
We do question the stuff she be saying though sometimes.
Of course,
we do question a lot of that.
But that's what I think is actually the most interesting thing about Nikita, is if you really look at her journey, not a lot of, because it's still a part of her story. It's a little bit like Sol Ruka with the injury, right? Where it's like, this is a part of who she is. She's had to overcome this now. On top of, we viewed Nikita Lyons as a prospect well before she had to overcome potentially career-threatening injuries more than once. That is a testament to her character as a whole. So, I mean, she can work the microphone. She says some wild stuff, but I love it. I think Nikita Lyons is as good as advertised, and I also think that the idea of, not even the idea of, the reality is she had to overcome injuries that most competitors, most performers in professional wrestling would not have the audacity to chase and stay in it. I think the future's really bright for Nikita.
It sure is. Sure is. And speaking of bright futures, let's go ahead and read some of these comments, man. We got some good ones still piling in.
Yeah, we've got Big Cat Kita here from DCX Warlord. We've got Clark Stop It from Atomic Merp. I don't know what that means. We've also got a gimmick thief named Blake Monroe. That's true. Bobby Batito with Nikita Lyons would be a great contender for the NXT North American Women's title. That one's interesting. So we've got over here from Little Beltiva, not Retribution, laughing earlier from the Retribution reference. Of course, by the way, that is our very own Angie. The best there is, the best there was. We know that. But then we've also got you guys are amazing from Bobby. That's always good. Thank you, Bob. No doubt. Let's keep it rolling though.
Yeah, man. So this next match we had coming up, speaking of two women who I think would be really good for that North American title scene, you have Zarya versus Thea Hale, and their backstage interaction was really fun to watch. You know, two women who are going through troubles with friends, and you know, why do we really have them? Like, all that is just really fun to see. So you had Zarya mad that Sol Ruka wasn't there. Thea talking about what Lola did, and Zarya's like, I don't even want to listen to you. And then they go out to the ring, and the match happens. So Driz, you know, what did you think of this match? What did you think of all the shenanigans that went on in it?
You gotta love the shenanigans. You gotta love it. Zarya and Thea actually had a really good match. It was more so though just a way to get Izzy Dane out in the open, so Tatum Paxley, because it ain't Tuesday if Tatum ain't popping up to attack and chase down Izzy Dane in her lack of clothes, because what she had on easily could have fell off at any time. But Zarya, in the whole of looking at that story, Zarya and Thea really put on a really good match. I think we overlook Thea's ability to have really good matches. She's quickly becoming really good match girl in NXT, but I don't want her to fall into that purgatory of, oh, she's good for having great matches, but character wise she's one dimensional, because Thea has proven that she can be that she can be the female Daniel Bryan if needed. She can definitely go, but we got to get her out of that purgatory of really good match day. She's more than just a good hand. She's an absolute amazing worker. Zarya, it's never been a doubt about her wrestling ability. She has always been a great worker. It's just the character stuff, and I still put it on HBK and them, because when they brought her in, instead of letting her be the monster that she was on the indies, they made her in and they humanized her. They humanized her way too fast without letting her be the monster first. I feel like it was only effective with Abyss because he was able to be the monster first, then they humanized him. Kane, he was the monster first, then they humanized him. They had the blueprint for it, but I feel like they messed it up. But we're slowly trying to get Zarya back to that. But for all the shenanigans that are going on, it was a great way to tell two stories at one time. So kudos to that women's division.
Yeah, I really agree with what you're saying there. And I thought it was really good how they worked it out at the end to where Thea got the win. You know, so many things go on. So many things went on in that match, as you said, with the Tatum Paxley interference. Shout out Tatum Paxley. Shout out Tuesday Night Delight. You know, thank you for letting me fill in for you. But you know, man, like Thea Hale in her transformation as a character, we've seen her go from being that 18-year-old girl in Chase U to trying to be a more grown-up woman with JC Jane to now, you know, just being like a lone wolf. So watching her get a big win against Zarya was really good. She needs to pick it up a little bit more. You know, if they're gonna thrust her into that spot, and you know, like I could see her being a North American champion, but the gimmick, just like the gimmick has to pick up. There has to be a character, because right now she's just a creative character. You know, what are your thoughts on that, Clark?
It's interesting with Thea because she's shown that she can go, and she's proven it, and she's put her time in. And she had a gimmick that she's an underdog. Professional wrestling needs underdogs. I'll be the first to say that. There's no doubt about it. It fits everything. What I don't want her to be is an underdog that just gets absolutely destroyed all the time. And I don't think that's fair, because she's got the fight in her, the fight from underneath in her, in a way that's almost Bryan Danielson-esque. And I'm not saying that she's that type of a technical wrestler, not at all. People might misconstrue what I'm saying, but if she can capture that type of a magic, which she's got more than enough time to do. We're talking about Thea Hale. She's like 23 years old. And she's got more than enough time to figure out how to capture that type of magic. If she can do so, I think the sky's the absolute limit. The coolest thing about Thea Hale is not only has she overcome stuff on screen as a wrestler, as a member of Chase U, winning the title, being messed around by multiple friends and whatnot, but she's also 23 years old. We look at her like she's a veteran compared to the amount of people that are being signed that are older than her and her age on NXT. Thea Hale has that type of experience. I go back to, not to repeat what I just said before, but the sky's the limit, man. That's the way I look at it.
That women's division,
Most definitely. The best women's division in NXT.
In wrestling.
100%.
Yes, it's the best one in wrestling. And
so good.
It's not even close sometimes. Even better than the main roster at times.
Right?
What's wild to me is it's just like really well booked. Like, you look at even when you've had main roster crossover stuff like Chelsea Green and whatnot recently, even the partnership with TNA, like Kalani Jordan's success winning the Knockouts title and things like the NXT women's roster, just it's that good. It got picked over just like the men's did. It just doesn't feel like the cupboard is as barren, because it's the amount of talent is
it almost feels like as they lose 10, they got 10 ready and willing to come up that going, because at any point in time, Layla Diggs, Kari Armstrong, like Madison Holiday, all of them will pop up.
Yep.
Like, just a matter of time.
It's so true.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to speedball this next one, right? Because I really want to spend a little bit of time before we get out of here on the last one. Miles Bourne, Ethan Page, right? So you got Ethan Page trying to corrupt Miles Bourne, backfired on him tonight. Miles Bourne looked like he actually wanted to hit Dion Lennox with the title and get a cheap win. So, I mean, fellas, what do you guys like? How did you guys feel about that? Do you think it's going to work? Do you think Ethan Page can get to Miles Bourne?
Oh, shoot. I mean, if you want me to start on this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ethan Page has gotten a lot of credit for his work on NXT. And I've been as critical as anybody. This one is really, really, really frustrating to me, because you have like the Ricky. It's the Cody guys. It's Ethan and it's Ricky and it's just the freaking Cody guys.
It's the
Like let
He-Man Cody
Miles Bourne do his thing. Stop it. Like stay away from him. Ugh.
Yeah, dog. Leave little Randy alone.
I like it. I like it. They giving him something. Please, dear God, give him something because I refuse to let them let a deaf man let his gimmick be. Can you hear me now? I am so against that.
Holla, if you hear me.
This actual Tron actually says, "Can you hear me?" Like, please do not do that. That man is more than that. He's a really good wrestler. You know what? If you have to lean into the baby Randy Orton stuff a little bit more, do it. But do not make his gimmick be that he is deaf. He has proven that he can go with the best of them. He's been in the ring with the best of them, and that he can do more than. Please give that man some more.
Yeah.
Give him something else. In fact, and I do like this whole feud with Ethan Page. It gives Ethan somebody to try and elevate because Ethan has been the ace in NXT for a bit now. And with now Obafemi, Trick, and Javon gone, they're leaning on him more to help try and get some of these other guys up there.
As long as it's a feud with Ethan Page, I'm good with it. But if they try to partner him with Ethan Page, I don't want that. I don't want that. Okay, but after a month of being back in NXT, Tony D'Angelo finally speaks. The accent's gone. No more Ayo Tony. We got no more Ayo. Oh man, shouldn't have done that. But anyway, so Tony D'Angelo speaks. Ava bailed him out. Clark, go ahead, give us your rundown of what you thought of that backstage segment. It had your best friend in it, Ricky Saints.
I'm stunned about the no accent thing, but I'll let it slide. Because he did lean into it a little bit harder than maybe was necessary in the past at times. I really like that he decided to not say anything until next week. I really don't like that it took this long. That's what I'll say about it.
I like that. I like that. Driz, what do you got?
I'm more on the fan of the fact that he didn't talk like that. He's taking a page out of greats. Jericho did it in one of his comebacks, and it was some of the most captivating work because it was a good month before he did anything. He didn't say anything until the go-home show before the Rumble that he was in. Sting, months and months without talking, and then out of nowhere, he'll say something to somebody. It's a way of making Tony not be Tony. He's Tony D'Angelo. He's not the stereotypical anymore. He's not in the velour suits. He's not in the suits. He's Tony D'Angelo. He's not Tony D'Angelo. He's got a lot to sit there and try to erase that character off of him because he's been that ever since he got in NXT 2.0. But I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
I can see where you guys are coming from. But I was sitting there and I was like, what in the Kofi Kingston's going on? You know, it was weird to me. I know he doesn't talk like that, but it was still weird to see. But I thought we were going to get more of an angry Tony D'Angelo. And it looks like Tony D'Angelo is going to end up being the heart and soul of NXT now that everyone's gone. The way Ava was saying that, you know, NXT needs Tony D'Angelo, and I know you're going to be here for NXT, and just like I'm going to be here for WR all the time. So on behalf of myself, Driz, Clark, this is how we're going to end tonight. It's been so much fun. Thank you guys for having me here. It's the U.
News up.
And we out. Everybody have a great night. Thank you all for watching. No, I'm not doing that.
Whatever. Wait, no. See if you can get it right on 40 minutes. Be so
Okay.
sick. Do it. Ready?
Okay.
No, you gotta hit the button at 39.55.
Okay, 39.50. Well, it's already too late.
Hit it now.